Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Baldurs Gate 3. Wie angekündigt ist das erste, was wir wieder vollführen, eine lange Rast. Da ja Alien mit uns reden wollte, auch bekannt als das Nachtlied.
What path lies before me?
Und da sind die zwei Turteltauben ja auch schon.
Something's on my mind.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past, being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shaz.
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others. Someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed.
Wir öffnen den Geist.
Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere. Something sparks in your memory. Teachings about Selûnite rites of passage, about how they would abandon their children out in the wilds and force them to find their way home. It seems that one child never came back. She was taken.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
My father. That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman. One who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
Oh, was? Hoppla. Da habe ich wohl aus Versehen den Controller verbunden. Naja, die Frage finde ich ein bisschen dumm. Also heißt das, ihr glaubt an Selûne? Ich glaube, sie glaubt gerade an gar nichts. Wir sagen, dass wir ihr definitiv helfen.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed.
Oh. Der Nachtspeer? Ich dachte, der sei ins Schattenfell geworfen worden.
I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
Selûnes Nachtspeer, da haben wir ihn wieder. Moment, wir werden den ja wahrscheinlich gekriegt haben. Schattenherz. 5 bis 12 Schaden sogar. Du bist bei Weisheits-, Rettungswürfen und Wahrnehmungswürfen im Vorteil. Dunkelsicht. Waffenverzauberung plus 3. Mondstrahl und Mondstaub. Das ist wahrscheinlich einfach Licht, Mondlicht. Und Mondstrahl ist wahrscheinlich so ähnlich wie Sonnenstrahl. Blendet sie, beschwöre einen Lichtstrahl herab, der jeder Kreatur Schaden zufügt, die den Strahl betritt oder ihren Zug darin beginnt. Oh, das ist jetzt aber echt gemein. Kann ich nicht einfach beide ausrüsten? Och man. Ich würde sagen, ich lasse das wegen den Untoten noch drin. Wegen den Unholden und Untoten. Ansonsten würde ich den Nachtspeer ausrüsten.
I can't believe it. I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened. What he'd become. By killing him. You set him free. You set Aelin free. And me.
Seid ihr wegen eures Vaters kein bisschen traurig?
I mourn the man I knew. He was wonderful. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight?
Nicht unbedingt auf den ersten Blick. Nein, aber es klingt, als tätet ihr es.
Guilty. The moment I looked at Aelin, I just knew I had to be with her. I was hers. That was it. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how or why, but all was black, black, black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped.
Hat er Bo gerufen. War zu mir kurz Auserwähltem geworden.
I didn't know that then, but I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land. My home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them. And myself. No matter what.
Verständlich.
It's all out in the open now. And with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing. Rest. I'm grateful for your help. Your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long. But I'm grateful for a safe place to... well... just to be.
Ja, ihr könnt ruhig bleiben. Vielleicht macht ihr euch sogar noch nützlich. War's das sonst oder können
Looking
wir noch
forward to a
mehr
bit of
reden?
rest, if I'm honest. It's been a...
Okay. Und Aileen?
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer.
Was denn?
Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. My mate, most high. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well and returned to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One.
Wo bleibt das silberne Licht? Die Mondmagie.
Listen to the subtle vibrations of the Moon Maiden thumping within your heart chambers, friend. She works her magic there.
My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it.
Es gibt noch sehr viel, was ich nicht über euch weiß.
Pray, ask, and I will tell.
Oh yeah. Seid ihr wirklich die Tochter der Selûne?
Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory?
There can be no doubt.
I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb.
Wie kam es dazu, dass ihr im Schattenfell gefangen wurdet?
Ketheric Thorm,
Father of my one and only love.
enslaver of Dame Aelin.
Ketheric Thorm never did trust me. Even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel. By her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour. We each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary.
He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief. And she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind.
He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell. Claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while. But lo, the brute is dead, and we live!
Wenn sie unsterblich ist und immer wieder kommt, könnten wir sie dann töten und sie kommt wieder und rächt sich? Wäre ja schon fast ein Versuch wert, aber nee, das tue ich mir nicht an. Würde eure Mutter uns im Kampf gegen die toten drei beistehen? Ich glaube nicht. Götter sind da ein bisschen eigen.
Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder.
Ach so.
Moving in.
Wo ist denn hier unser Kollege schon wieder? Daniel, gibt's was Neues? Okay. Da stehen sie alle. Okay, Will hat noch was.
Already feeling better.
Shadowheart was no true child of Shar, merely a captive. She must have her vengeance.
Danke fürs Gespräch. Wie immer. Astarion.
So, it's a quest to free Shadowheart's parents, is it? And here I was, worried I'd be the only one with a difficult family reunion waiting in the city.
Ich wollte nach Casados Ritual fragen. Ihr denkt doch gewiss darüber nach.
The thing that will decide my fate forevermore. Yes, it's been on my mind. Why?
Dieser Voice Actor. Ist schön sarkastisch. All diese Macht. Ihr müsst versucht sein, sie selbst zu ergreifen.
Well, of course I've thought about it. If I completed the ritual instead of Cazador, I'd get all that power. And I could walk in the sun without fear I'd turn into a mind flayer.
Und die Seelen, die dazu geopfert werden müssen?
I don't relish it, but my siblings lured thousands of people to their deaths over the years. I doubt Baldur's Gate would miss them. Of course, I don't even know if I could complete the ritual. It may be impossible, but it certainly is tempting.
Dann der liebe Gale.
At least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she desires.
Okay, er scheint nicht sauer zu sein, dass wir ihn nicht mitgenommen haben. Schattenherz, was hast du zu sagen?
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
Okay.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Okay, sie redet nicht über das, was gerade passiert ist. Na schön. Karlach.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him?
The tadpole, the absolute. How?
Womit ist sie denn einverstanden? Offenbar dient er Bane, wie Kefric Myrkul diente. Wer weiß, welche Kräfte er gewonnen hat, seit ihr ihn kanntet.
I'd never have protected a Baneite even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him.
Ich würde mal sagen, da brennt jemand. Diesmal auch innerlich. Wortwörtlich. Vorsicht, Karlach, ihr brennt. Ich will nicht, dass sie sich wehtut.
You bet your ass I am. And I won't stop till that fucker is dead. I can feel it.
The engine. It's getting hotter, louder. It's going to blow if we don't find another way to fix it. You know, Zariel may have put the fucking thing in, but Gortash gave her the go-ahead. You expect this shit from devils, but not from the people you care about. Let's get to the city. Got business there I'm highly fucking keen to attend to.
Ja, verständlich. Und Will?
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
Was wisst ihr über Gortash und Orin?
Orin? I'd never heard tell of. But Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like.
Der Kult der Absoluten hat Ravengard. Wo werden sie ihn hinbringen?
Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist, and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them.
Misora meinte, ihr könntet darüber reden, was zu eurem Pakt und eurem Exil führte. Es wird Zeit, dass ich die ganze Wahrheit erfahre.
Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
Also ehrlich, meine Seele würde ich nicht aufgeben.
It is. And I did. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the cult of the dragon made its move.
The cult of the dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
Der Drachenkult ist in Baldurs Tor eingedrungen. Zu welchem Zweck?
To conjure the Dragon Queen and lay waste to Baldur's Gate. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened.
Ja, Teil der Erinnerung.
In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. The first of Tiamat's 5 heads. As the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city.
Und was geschah mit eurem Vater?
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did.
Oh. Aber Mizora ist Baldurs Tod doch einerlei. Warum sollte sie die Stadt retten wollen? Ja, darum ging es ihr wahrscheinlich gar nicht.
She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie.
Ihr habt es allein mit 25 Kultisten aufgenommen? Kaum zu glauben.
I had Mizora at my side, and the archdevil Zariel guided our hands that day. I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed.
Habt ihr dabei euer Auge verloren? Beim Kampf gegen die Drachenkultisten?
It is the one scar I ever bore of it. You were right, of course. The new eye is a sending stone, courtesy of Mizora. She uses it to track my location and call from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her.
Ja, ist natürlich doof. Es war tapfer, was ihr für die Stadt getan habt.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. I understand.
Gibt's sonst noch Themen? Oh, ihr müsst so wütend gewesen sein, dass euer Vater euch aus der Stadt verbannt hat.
No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst. And Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither.
Fehlt euch euer Vater?
More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me? If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to.
Na, seh dich selber doch nicht immer so selbstkritisch.
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally?
Nee.
Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Nee, ich wollte nur mit dir quatschen. Gut, dann nicht.
I would not linger in this land over long. But whatever your business, I will aid you if I can.
Toll. Da haben wir eine neue Rekrutin, sag ich mal, und dann will die nicht mehr mit uns reden. Gut, dann. So. Oh, jetzt will Schattenherz nochmal mit uns reden. Euch geht's ja soweit gut. Erstmal zu Kratzer.
The dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between. He gives in and surrenders his find to you.
Oh. Aber mal, Wufi.
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me.
Ihr wart gezwungen, eine Lüge zu leben. Wenigstens zeigt die Wahrheit sich allmählich.
Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shah still keeps from me? We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to.
Und das wäre?
You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
Okay. Gut. Dann Lager verlassen.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Also.
All right, what now?
Und
With haste.
jetzt, wo die natürlich abgedampft sind.
The Absolute's army are on the march, and Baldur's Gate is their target.
Nach Baldurs Tor. Dein Abenteuer geht weiter. Du solltest dich vergewissern, dass du alles erledigt hast. Sobald du den nächsten Schritt wagst, gibt es vielleicht kein Zurück mehr.
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord. But there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the flaming fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir. Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prison bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Die ist verrückt.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
Wow. Worms Aussichtspunkt. Ey, wow, wie geil sieht das denn aus? Kann ich hier unten überall rumlaufen? Dann bin ich ja eine halbe Ewigkeit unterwegs. Oh mein Gott. Oh. Ja, hätte ich das gewusst, dann hätte ich wahrscheinlich gar nicht... Oh, dann hätte ich wahrscheinlich gar nicht rasten brauchen, oder? Wenn wir jetzt hier quasi zum Rasten gezwungen werden.
Time to press ahead. What's hiding here?
Wenn wir schon mal hier sind, kann man sich ja auch umschauen. Moment. Hier ist das Vögelchen und Shahera. Jetzt vielleicht?
Shadowheart has found a little bit of herself again. Selûne cannot take all of the credit. She may have lit the way, but it is the cleric who took this step.
Wo wir jetzt zusammen reisen, wird mir klar, dass ich kaum etwas über euch weiß.
That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme.
Stimmt es, dass ihr schon einmal gegen die Toten Drei gekämpft habt?
It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
Ihr seid nur eins dieser Dinger. Komm, das ist ein bisschen witzig.
Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best.
Ich wollte euch etwas fragen.
Ask it.
Ihr habt gesagt, ihr wisst etwas über Elifiden.
More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I.
Mit wem sprecht ihr? Vielleicht bin ich der Parasit, der diesen Körper steuert? Nein, diesmal ist es anders. Das Ältestengrin ist selbst ein Sklave.
Do not be moved to pity. It is a predator pinned in a trap. And if it wriggles free, you'll find it still has teeth.
Ja, das ist mir schon klar. Es ging ja nur darum, dass es diesmal anders ist.
Here goes nothing.
Hey Carla, alles okay?
Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced, but sometimes I wonder.
Erzählt mir von eurem Verhältnis. Ja, wobei wir
He
wissen
got his
schon
claws into me
etwas.
early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I like that. Not like that, you know. Just, it felt like a good fit. I kept him safe, and he paid me well. Well enough to move my folks into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands, and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. One minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in Avernus with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't. Evil, evil bastard.
Das stimmt. Auch Halsen ist auch wieder da. Tja, mit den anderen reden wir dann in der nächsten Folge. Ich hoffe, es hat euch speziell gefallen. War diesmal ein bisschen mehr auf Story ausgelegt. Und dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge. Ciao!